Good morning, family. Just wanted to say happy Thursday. Another beautiful day today, and I hope you guys are blessed and doing many things that gives God glory, but also just to sharpen one another in your families, in your household, and just training up the kids while you're with your kids and your family, but also just spending time with God. So today's read is in Romans 5, verse 3 and 4. I'm going to read out of the NLT version. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us to develop endurance, and endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confident hope of salvation. When something goes wrong in our lives, it's so easy for us to react with complaints, frustrations, or a whole other slew of human emotions. For we are beings who can allow emotions get the best of us. But in this passage that we have read in Romans 5:3-4, it takes a turn. When we walk with Christ, there is another way to approach life's challenges. We can choose to rejoice. Count it all joy, as James tells us. It says we can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials. So yes, in Christ we are able to endure, and it tells us it builds endurance. So because Christ suffered, if you love him, you will suffer too. And that's the beauty in the outcome. We can rejoice. We can choose to rejoice. This is part of a Christian being refined. Just like how diamonds become beautiful, they don't start off that way. They're in gold. They have to be refined to get its beauty and its value and stuff. They're formed in the bottom of the earth, part of the earth. They're part of dirt. I don't know if the coal thing is accurate, but I just know that they go through a refining, where it's under pressure. You have to burn it and do many things. So it paints a picture of what we go through in life as Christians. We're being refined, and it is part of building our character and who we are in Christ. Because he suffered, we ought to suffer too. And it's only through adversity and characters that is developed in us. In other words, we are formed more and more to be like Christ when we walk through suffering. When your next problem in life surfaces, just look up, look to Christ, look to his example, look during his mission. He displayed love by healing, by spreading the good news and telling all peoples who he is, and then also telling people that what they shouldn't do, like sin no more and stuff, and just drawing people to him by being a faithful servant in his human form, as he was sent to be the example for us. So when you think of anything, trials and tribulations that you personally go through, think of Christ. Remember all that he's endured on the cross for your sake. And so trust that he will use the situation to make you more like him. So it's building character, helping us to endure when we go through these sufferings. You will come out shining on the other side like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond in gold. So it's my encouragement. During these times and situations, I do have a question to ask and that you can ponder on. What is God forming in you during the trials that you are facing today? So we're all going through this quarantine. We're going through dealing with limitations and restrictions and most have it a lot worse, or they don't have their jobs, and stuff, or facing financial burdens and stuff. So, and then some are dealing with the virus itself, and these are part of trials in our lives. So I'm asking you to evaluate yourself and to view what is God forming in you during these times of trials. For me, I would say intolerance, because we're living in a time where people tolerate a lot of things and accept it and go with it. Like, there's many movements going around this world that is not of God. And people are afraid to speak up, and or they compromise to these changes or the patterns of this world. But the word clearly tells us Christians not to conform to the patterns of this world and stuff. But we've tolerated sin, and during these times of being quarantined, I've been God, actually, the Spirit has been forming in me intolerance to have a higher view on certain things that we have tolerated in this world. Many churches have accepted specific sins and conform to it. So I don't want to conform to those things. I want to definitely show love in it, but if you truly love the Lord and people, you will love them with harsh truth. So being intolerant to certain things that are happening today that should not be happening, but we've allowed it. So that's something that's been forming in me. Spirit's been speaking to me in seeing those things, heightening discernment through me to take a stance in that. So I hope you guys will evaluate that in yourselves. I love you, and pray that you would choose to rejoice in the midst of trials. God bless you. Be safe.